us for this segment, we have Bobby Zagotta, CEO of the U.S. with Bitstamp, the world's longest-running crypto exchange since 2011. We're going to discuss regulation, an increase in female investors, and exchange uptime. And Bobby, for our audience who's catching this on the replay, it's Wednesday, October 20th. We're seeing Bitcoin hit all-time highs, and a lot of this is coming out of regulation that we're seeing in the introduction of some new products.
Yes, thanks for having me, Jill. I think what we're seeing is just increasing confidence on the part of both retail investors and institutions in what's going on. Some of the biggest and best institutions in the world are now full participants in the crypto marketplace, and that's giving a lot of confidence to people.
Yeah, and I also think that when you have this regulation that's coming out and it's being recognized more, that it really does help the crypto industry. It seems to lend legitimacy towards it.
Absolutely. And from a Bitstamp standpoint, we're very proactive along those exact lines. So we believe that in order for broad adoption to happen, it requires common sense regulation. Some of our competitors, I think, tend to hold back on the regulatory front and do the minimum. We try to bring about the best regulation that we can.
Right. You know what, Bob, it's really interesting that you say that. I covered a fintech conference yesterday, and there was a couple of key themes that emerged. And one of them was working more closely with the regulators to help the industry grow. Another one was the increase of female participation and just diversity overall when it comes to not only investing, but founding companies and having senior leadership roles within the space.
Yeah, this is one of the most exciting trends that we're seeing, which is increased participation by females in the whole ecosystem. And we at Bitstamp, we started to dig into this a little bit because we're seeing females increasing at a faster rate than males on our platform. And in the crypto space, that's definitely noteworthy. And what we've learned is that, females direct the investment, the financial investments, for about a third of the households in the US. And that's, trillions of dollars of investment, and they should have more active visibility into and participation in the crypto marketplace.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I also wonder if one of the reasons why is the accessibility to technology that everyone has right now, right? I mean, you could trade crypto and learn about it from your phone, and it wasn't just a certain, institutional subset of people that had access to trading and exchanges were able to affect trade. And it just seems very different with this particular asset class with the accessibility that technology provides.
Yeah, absolutely the case. However, I will say this, entering into the crypto marketplace, that carries some complexity to it in terms of decision making and also some risk because it's investing of funds. And because of that, many investors, male and female alike, could really benefit from great support. The ability to speak with a human and help to navigate the space. But I feel that many crypto companies don't approach it that way. They approach customer service like a tech company, meaning they don't want to talk to you. At Bitstamp, however, we take the other view. You can get to a human being at Bitstamp from a customer service standpoint in on average 22 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent a lot of time on the Bitstamp platform, and the amount of educational tools that you have on there is really quite impressive as well. Let's talk about exchange uptime. What are your thoughts there?
Well, I just think the industry has a lot of room to grow. So, earlier in my career, I spent a lot of time at CME Group, and I became very acquainted with and familiar with industrial strength technology that's, incredibly high reliability and uptime, as well as low latency and speed. In the crypto marketplace, there are some very brilliant systems in play that are homegrown, but they have not achieved the relative reliability that is necessary once you get institutional involvement. So Bitstamp, in contrast, has Nasdaq technology, which makes it immediately institutional grade, both from a latency standpoint and a reliability standpoint. Back in September, when on El Salvador Day, as we call it, the price of Bitcoin dipped about 20%. The three largest crypto players in the market, in the U.S. market, were down for more than an hour, right? Which really is a challenge for investors and traders. I'm happy to say that our Nasdaq-driven technology kept us up throughout that episode.
All right. Well, we appreciate the shout out there, Bobby. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.